Have you ever wondered why some photos capture your attention more than others? Today we're diving into the fascinating world of composition in photography. It's the artistry of arranging subjects within your frame to create compelling and eye-catching images. We'll be delving into key principles like the rule of thirds, leading lines, and framing. These are the building blocks that transform simple snapshots into masterful artistic expressions. Mastering these principles will elevate your photographs from simple snapshots to artistic expressions. Let's dive into the first principle, the rule of thirds. Picture your frame divided into 9 equal parts by 2 horizontal and 2 vertical lines. The idea is to position the essential elements of your shot along these lines or at their intersections. This technique injects balance and intrigue into your images. Try it out. Frame an object using this rule and observe the dynamism it brings to your composition. Remember, the rule of thirds is a guide, not a strict rule. Feel free to experiment. Next up is the principle of leading lines. Think of them as the pathways that guide your viewer's eyes through your photograph. These lines could be as literal as a road stretching into the horizon, or as subtle as the arrangement of elements in your shot. Now here's a fun exercise. Find a scene with natural or man-made lines. Play around with different angles and see how these lines guide the viewer's journey through your photo. Leading lines create depth and can dramatically enhance your compositions. Now, let's talk about framing. This technique involves using elements within your scene to encapsulate your subject. Think of it like putting a picture in a frame. You could use anything from archways and windows to trees and people. This not only adds depth and context to your image, but it also directs the viewer's eyes straight to your subject. Why not give it a try? Look around you for natural frames and see how they can enhance your shot. Remember, framing adds context and can drastically improve your compositions. Beyond these principles, there are other techniques that can enhance your compositions. Symmetry, for example, can add a sense of harmony to your images. Balance, on the other hand, ensures visual stability, while contrast can be used to highlight key elements within your frame. These principles, although simple, can drastically improve your composition and make your images more compelling. Now, let's delve into the role of composition in storytelling. A well-composed photograph tells a story. It's not just about capturing a moment, it's about conveying an emotion, a feeling, or a narrative. As you compose your shots, think about the story you want to tell. What emotions do you want to evoke in your viewer? How can you guide their gaze through the image to reveal this narrative? The emotional impact of your photo is largely determined by how you compose it. Remember, each element in your frame contributes to the story you're telling. We've covered a lot today, but remember, practice makes perfect. The principles of composition, rule of thirds, leading lines, framing. Experiment, observe, enhance. Stay tuned for our next chapter where we'll delve into the world of lighting. Until then, happy shooting!